I've been asked several times by various people what kind of blades I would recommend and the kind that I use for different operations. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like changing the blade on a table saw. So I tend to use one as much as possible and only take it off if I want to do something special. Like if I've got to cut a lot of strips from a wider piece, narrow strips, I'll use a thin curved blade. Or if I want to cut really fine detail in something, I'll use a smaller fine curved blade. This 7¼ inch one that normally goes on a circular saw, handheld one, works on your table saw just as well. The benefit of it is it's a smaller size blade. The rim speed is a little bit slower, but it tends to stay a little bit stiffer as well if you're making fine cuts. There is another benefit with this size blade. It's a lot less expensive than one of these really good 10-inch blades here. And I think that's the biggest factor. The thing that I would tell people to look for is to buy the best quality blade they can find. And for blades, it's generally, the determination of quality is usually the price. I tend to use a lot of Freud blades. Freud blades are good. This particular one here is an Amana blade. Same that's on the saw. Here is another Amana blade. Any really good, reputable manufacturer of blades will give you better performance than a cheap, junky blade. Usually the blade that comes with the saw, especially if it's a lower cost saw, the blade is not very good. So you want to change that out immediately for better performance. As far as the blade configuration goes, I prefer combination blades like this. This one is a 50-tooth one, and I find that it gives really good performance for everything that I want to cut. That's the same type of blade that's in the saw right now. This one over here is more of a cross-cut blade. It's got a lot more teeth, whereas this one is a rip blade. It has less teeth. Rip blades are good if you're gonna do a lot of rip cutting in solid lumber. Say if you gotta split a number of 2x4s down the middle, take one of these blades, put it in there, and the cutting will go a lot faster. Of course, because my saw is older, it didn't come equipped with the riving knife, so that's not a consideration for me, and that means I don't have any restrictions on the size or the thickness of the blades that I can put in there. I can put in one of these really thin 7¼ inch blades and not have to worry about, trying to get a riving knife that matches that or get it down low enough so it clears it on the top. As far as softwood versus hardwood, I don't make any distinction as far as blade goes. Like I said, I generally work with one blade in the saw most of the time and only really take it out when it gets dull or when I need to cut something special.